Our target in 5 years, so 2030 again, is $2,600. And our confidence in that number has gone up now that Tesla is commercializing robotaxis in August, in June.
All right, now that I've got your attention, here are ARK Invest top holdings in the combined ETF. Tesla is still number one. Then you've got Coinbase, Palantir, Roblox, Roku, Robinhood, Shopify, Tempus AI already number 8, CRISPR, and then the ARK Bitcoin holding company at number 10 in the combined holdings. And don't forget that the ARK ETFs, more specifically here the ARK ETF, those are actively managed ETF. And so in the last 5 years, it's down close to 12%. Yeah, I know, it doesn't make much sense. I agree. Anyways, in this video, let's go over 3 stocks they've been buying, a stock they've been selling quite heavily in the last couple of days. Let's go over a couple of those companies' metrics because some of them did report earnings in the last couple of days. I do apologize for my voice. I think I caught something on the flight back, so apologies for that. Hopefully we get back to, well, 100% pretty soon. Anyways, if you enjoy this type of videos, hit all the buttons, especially the subscribe one. Very close to reaching 90,000 subscribers on Sunday. It's my 31st birthday, so let's try and hit that number. And if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. All right, so let's start with some activity here in the ARK ETF on Tuesday. A lot of buying, not that much selling, only sold Palantir, and that will be the theme of this selling activity in the last couple of days. So some of the notable names here are, of course, Gitlab. All the rest are more in the bio space, Pacific Biosciences, Twist Bioscience. I mean, here, Guardant Health, 10x Genomics. Yes, I don't know why this comes in the ARK ETF, but yeah, I don't manage that. One day afterwards, we've got more buying activity. CRISPR, AMD, NVIDIA, Tempus AI, Gitlab, Natera, Pacific Biosciences again, 10x Genomics, and then one name that has been sold off, and that's again Palantir. Now, we did talk about Tempus AI a couple of times on this channel, of course, because of Nancy Pelosi, well, opening a position only through options. So this is what happened in their most recent earnings report. Revenue increased 75.4% year over year to generate revenue through 2 business segments, genomics revenue and data and services one. Genomics revenue did increase 88.9% year over year, and that's quite an acceleration. As for Gitlab, another very, very good company that is growing quite quickly, although year-over-year growth have been coming down, they're still quite good. Last quarter, that increased 29.1% year over year for revenue. And even though dollar-based net retention rate is coming down, it's still at 123%, which is extremely good. Moving on to the ARKQ and ARKW ETFs, more buying activity for AMD and NVIDIA in both of those ETFs, and here again, selling only Palantir in ARKQ and ARKW. Now remember, Palantir in the combined ETFs is still in the top 5 despite all of the recent selling activity. Moving on to ARKF and ARKX, same thing here, buying NVIDIA, selling Palantir, buying AMD, selling Palantir. And remember, AMD also reported their quarterly figures on Tuesday. It was a pretty strong quarter. All in all, guidance did miss a little bit on gross profit and gross margin, but gross margin would have been 54% if you exclude those one-time charges. And a couple of days afterwards, we've heard some news and reports that maybe the restrictions are going to be, well, changed, which will positively affect companies like AMD, NVIDIA, and Intel. But all in all, this was another good quarter by the company. Yes, maybe we wanted a little bit more information on the data center, on the AI revenue guidance for the year. Right now, they're keeping their cards quite close to their chests, so we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to Wednesday, here we've got more buying activity and actually a new position that they're selling off other than Palantir, and that's Block. But in the buying activity, we've got Shopify, Veracyte, Gitlab again, and CRISPR Therapeutics. That's for the ARK ETF. For the ARKW, buying more Shopify, selling Palantir and Block. In the ARK Genomics ETF, buying CRISPR Therapeutics yet again, just a little bit, buying a little bit more of Veracyte, and then selling these other names right here. Now, with regards to Block, I didn't do a specific earnings video for that because, well, to be honest, it's a bit tiring. But looking at Cash App monthly transacting actives, well, it's been a year where this has not grown at all. Now, don't get me wrong, this is still a nice number, but if you compare it to Venmo, Venmo is clearly winning right now. And this is also one of the main reasons why I've switched completely to being a PayPal shareholder rather than sticking around with Block and Jack Dorsey. Said it time and time again, he's not made to be CEO of a publicly traded company. If you look at total revenue, that was actually down 3.1% or so. Looking at gross profit, that only increased 9.1%. So this is not even a growth company anymore, a high growth company anymore. This is a company that is doing okay, but I'd say it should be doing and could be doing much, much better with better leadership. I do think that with new leadership and the existing ecosystem, they'll do much, much better than what they've done, especially in the last couple of years. They've got everything they need to succeed, just not the leadership, not the focus. And so, well, it reflects that in the stock price. It is now reflecting it in, well, the growth rates and the trajectory of a couple of, well, business segments, financial metrics. Moving on to ARK-F, we've got more buying into Shopify, more selling of Palantir and Block. Up to the most recent one for the ARK-K ETF, they bought more Illumina, Shopify, Gitlab, Verisign, CRISPR Therapeutics, and Pacific Biosciences, and they sold a little bit more of Palantir. As for the ARK-F and ARK-W, same story, more Shopify, less Palantir, although here again, selling just a tiny bit of Palantir, adding a little bit more of Shopify. Now with Shopify, they also reported their quarterly figures a couple of days ago. As you can see right here, merchant solutions increased 28.9% year over year, whereas subscription solutions increased 21.3% year over year. As for gross profit, gross margin for subscription solutions fell to 79.5% from 81.4% due to higher cloud and infrastructure hosting costs for increased volumes and geographic expansion. As for merchant solution gross margin, that dropped to 38.6% from 40.1%. That was due to lower non-cash revenues from partnerships, the expanded PayPal partnership, and a higher mix of lower margin payment products, partially offset by growth in higher margin FX and tax products. Looking at GMV for the quarter, that increased 22.8% year over year, same growth rate as the same quarter last year. They did also tell us that the tariff will have no meaningful impact on the company. The stock did drop around 2 to 3% on Friday. It was also not the cheapest stock out there. Maybe the market was expecting a little bit more, but the story here about gross margins here falling a little bit is what caused the stock to drop a little bit. All in all, I mean, this is still a company that is going up and to the right, has incredibly good management, unlike a Block, for example. This is a company that, yeah, if it were trading at cheaper multiples, I think the stock would have reacted a little bit better, although down 2 to 3% or so is not such a big deal. Now, touching quickly on Palantir, the stock that they've been selling the most in the last couple of days. Palantir has seen US commercial revenue increase by 70.3%, US government revenue by 45.3% year over year. Total commercial customer count is up 45.7% year over year. Total US commercial customer count is up 64.9% year over year. Total customer count is up 38.8% year over year. So here as well, everything is going up and to the right. Of course, there's always going to be a correct price to pay for it. Stock did drop the day after the earnings report, but I believe it closed out the week again at $120 or so. So we're seeing some extreme strength in probably one of the most expensive stocks in the market, but also one of the probably best businesses and AI monetizing businesses in the market right now. And this is why we've seen quite a lot of selling activity across ARK ETFs, whether it's ARK-F, ARK-W, ARK-K, ARK-Q. They've been selling 3%, 4%, 5%, and even 11% at one point, just because, well, the price of the stock has gone up quite a lot. Plus, it still is the number 3 position across all ETFs, so they're taking profits. So all in all, that's about it. If there are any specific companies that you still want me to cover in the next couple of days, do let me know down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, all of that, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.